Hey everybody, welcome to Feedback Friday here on OneThing.tv. Kyle here with ya. Now this week we have a question from Beverly. Beverly has a very simple question that has a very, I don't want to say complex because it's kind of like simple, but it's not easy. So it's one of those very interesting things. Beverly's question is, how do you get over betrayal in a relationship? Betrayal in a relationship, not easy. You open up your life, you open up your heart to someone, and for whatever reason, for whatever purpose, they stab you in the back or stab you in the chest. Really, really painful. I don't want to belabor Certified Life Coach Chris Burrell's answer. He's got some really great thoughts. And then I want to piggyback on his response. So let's hear Chris. Chris, you're up.
Beverly, I have one word for you. It's called forgiveness. Not forgiveness of them, but your forgiveness of continuing any future days focusing on that. Because once we forgive, we're able to move forward. And ultimately, that's what we have to do when a friend or a loved one, or in this case, a spouse, has taken our trust and created betrayal. So my word for you is to basically look at forgiving, because you cannot go back and change what they have done. And it sounds to me that you have already made decisions and actions to move forward, or at least I hope you have. So instead of focusing on challenges of the past, I challenge you to focus on your future. And your future can't begin until you forgive what has occurred in the past. That person ultimately has jeopardized the trust that you had given them, your trust. That's what it boils down to. And trust is something that I consider to be a key component of any relationship. So I would urge you instead to focus on rebuilding your trust for yourself and managing the process of how you will guard your trust in the future so that you do not seek out other people who may betray you in any way, shape, or form. But you can't do any of that until you honestly and sincerely can say you forgive that person. And the reason you're forgiving them is not for them, it's for you. Because you have to move forward. Beverly, I hope that's helpful for you. And I urge you, if this continues to be a challenge, to definitely seek out some help with a counselor to help you to rebuild that trust that has been broken. I hope that's beneficial, Beverly, and I wish you the best of luck.
I love what Chris says. I love how he just kind of zeroes in on where Beverly can be with this to really move forward. Forgiveness. Forgiveness is not easy. Forgiveness is one of those things I feel like people talk about. You can't talk about it enough. At least we're talking about it, right? But it's not such an easy solution, because I think that there are so many emotions involved when something like this happens. I think maybe a traditional old-fashioned response or definition of forgiveness is that you let it go, or you're okay with it, or somehow it means that you condone the behavior, and that doesn't feel good, especially when you're angry and you've got all these emotions that are probably really hard to manage and to control. It's like you can't just pretend that the anger's not there. Obviously, you got to go through it. You got to go through the process. And that's what I want to say to Beverly and to any of you guys that are in a situation similar to this. It is a process. You will move through it. Think about where you are now. Think about forgiveness as the next step. And then think about further ahead, who you're going to be because of this thing happening. I believe that you will be a better person. I believe that, and I've heard it time and time again, forgiveness is a gift you give yourself. You're giving yourself permission to move on, to learn the lessons that you need to learn from this, to become a better person, to become the person that you need to be. Oprah says her favorite definition of forgiveness is giving up the hope that the past could have been any different. I'll say it again. Forgiveness is giving up the hope that the past could have been any different. I take that to mean that according to God's plan for us, divine guidance, divine design, all that good stuff, what happens to us, the weird things that happen that are sort of beyond our control, it's all in accordance to His plan, and the purpose of that is to make us the people, to make us the people that we need to be, to become all that we can become. Now, you wouldn't choose it, but think about in your life, that you've gone through things that you probably wouldn't have chosen. You wouldn't have said, oh yes, I'd like to go through that bad situation, please sign me up. No, you wouldn't do that. But, you know, life's not all daisies and lollipops and rainbows. And sometimes you got to weather some storms, but it's great. It's all to make you the person that you need to be, to do what you got to do, to be your best self, live your best life, all that good stuff. So just kind of, when you're in the process and you're in the storm, please be thinking about those not cloudy, beautiful, sunny days ahead, because they are coming. They're coming, I promise. All right, guys, what would you say to Beverly or anybody in that situation who's dealing with betrayal in a relationship? We want to know. Talk back to us. Give us your feedback via my Twitter or my Facebook in the comments below, or shoot us an email. Extra points, bonus points. If you'd like to do a video response, we would love to hear what you got to say. All right, guys, happy Feedback Friday. Hope everyone's got a great weekend ahead. Hopefully no betrayal in your future this weekend. Y'all be good.